So in the most recent video on the channel, I went over the G46, which is the new assault rifle in Battlefield 2042, covered the best loadout and just some general tips and tricks for that weapon. But today we're going to be doing pretty much the same thing for the new sniper rifle, the XCE bar. If you guys are enjoying the Battlefield 2042 content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. There will be plenty more content on the way, but with that being said, let's get stuck right into it. Now, the first thing to know is that the XCE bar is the lowest firepower sniper in the entire game, meaning it essentially deals the least amount of damage out of all available sniper rifles. With that being said, it is still a one-shot headshot and a two-shot to the body, so it isn't really noticeable. The exception being if you change the ammo to be the close quarters ammo, where it actually won't even be a one-shot headshot. But with the regular ammo types, it is essentially not even distinguishable from the rest of the snipers in the game in terms of the fact that it deals less damage. But it is worth knowing that anyway, in case you do want to change that ammo type. Now, speaking of the ammo type, here is the loadout that I use for the XCE bar. I actually just used the regular scope, but I've actually really enjoyed bringing along the thermal sight. It really helps quite a bit, especially on reclaimed, because obviously it is a snowy map. It is pretty easy to blend into the background as an enemy on those type of maps, so having that thermal is actually really handy. I then also run the standard issue extended mag. It actually gives you 7 rounds instead of 5, technically 8 when there's one in the chamber as well, and that is going to help a lot with trying to chain together a few kills in a row, because obviously you're only having 5 rounds. If you miss a few shots, you're only going to be able to get like 1 or 2 kills per clip. With that being said though, I also do bring pretty much any other ammo types with me. It's always, with any weapon, a really good idea to actually bring just any ammo with you in those other 2 slots, just so that if you do run out of ammo, you've got other options there. So for the other 2 slots, just bring whatever you want. For the underbarrel, I then use the LWG grip, as, at least for me anyway, the way that I play, sniping while I'm strafing is a lot more effective than just standing still, even though it can mess up your accuracy just a little bit. If you stand still, you are way more likely to get shot by another sniper or even just a regular enemy with an assault rifle or something. And so having that added accuracy while you are strafing with the LWG grip, that is very helpful to have. And then lastly, for the barrel, I use the tactical compensator. Once again, just helps with the accuracy. For some reason, I don't know if it's just to do with the hit registration or not, but it does feel as though the accuracy with this weapon is a little bit less than the other snipers, but honestly it could just be all the snipers, because like I said, the hit reg is definitely feeling a little bit off lately, and it feels like a lot of your shots kind of go missing. So for me anyway, it feels as though the tactical compensator kind of helps with that. I do also really enjoy bringing along a silencer. Even though technically silencers make snipers a little bit less effective, I actually for some reason just find it really satisfying to use. And I've got a video coming up where I'm actually going to try and play as a bit of a stealth sniper, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, one thing to mention about the XCE bar is it feels like it has very little bullet drop, which is kind of surprising considering, like I said, it is the lowest firepower sniper in the game, but it does feel as though there isn't really much bullet drop at all with it. So I feel like you don't need to compensate as much in terms of if there's an enemy pretty far away, you don't have to aim like ages above their head to actually get a headshot. It feels like there is very little bullet drop, so be sure to keep that in mind when you are lining up those shots. Now, I feel like I say this pretty regularly in these types of videos because I do really like playing as McKay. I love that added mobility that you get with McKay, but regardless of that, I will say that honestly with any sniper, I think McKay is clearly the best specialist that you can use in the game, simply because you can get to those sort of hard to reach places. It can allow you to be a little bit more protected if you can get to a little higher section and you can look down upon your enemies rather than trying to fight them face to face with a sniper while they have an AR, for example. So if you're not too sure who to play as when you are using the XCE bar, or really just any sniper in the game, I really could not recommend McKay anymore. Although with that being said, as I mentioned, I do just play McKay a lot anyway, so maybe that is just personal preference, but the grapple hook is definitely clutch when you're playing as a sniper. Now, that is pretty much it though for the XCE bar. Like I said, it is a lot of fun to use, but obviously with any sniper, they are very simple. There's not that many tips that I can give in terms of tips and tricks, because they're all fairly similar to each other. It was mostly just the loadout that I wanted to go over with you guys. Hopefully the loadout does help, and if it does, then be sure to hit that like button down below. As I mentioned, keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to be doing a lot more content in the coming weeks. I'm finally bringing on some editors to help me with the amount of content that I can put out, and so there will definitely be a lot more Battlefield content than there's pretty much ever been on the channel. I'm going to be doing 2 to 3, potentially 4 videos a week consistently, finally, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there on the battlefield.